Does the latest news about the housing market have you questioning your plans to sell your house? If so, perspective is key. Here are some of the ways a trusted real estate professional can explain the shift that's happening today and why it's still a seller's market, even during the cool down. While the supply of homes available for sale has increased this year, compared to last, we are still nowhere near what's considered a balanced market. This graph here shows the supply this year has surpassed 2021 levels by over 30%. But the further back you look, the more you'll understand the big picture. Compared to 2020, we are just barely above the level of inventory we saw then. And if you go all the way back to 2019, the last normal year in real estate, we're roughly 40% below the housing supply we had at that time. Why does this matter to you? Well, when inventory is low, there is still demand for your house because there just aren't enough homes available for sale. And while homes aren't selling as quickly as they did a few months ago, the average number of days on the market is still well below the pre-pandemic levels. In large part because inventory is so low. This graph here shows the pre-pandemic numbers, shown in blue, are higher than the numbers we saw during the pandemic, shown in green. That's because the average days on the market started to decrease as homes sold at record pace during the pandemic. Most recently, due to the cool down in the housing market, the average days on the market have started to tick back up slightly, shown in orange, but are still far below the pre-pandemic norm. What does this mean for you? Well, while it may not be as fast as it was a couple of months ago, homes are still selling much faster than they did in more normal pre-pandemic years. And if you price it right, your home could still go under contract quickly. Buyer demand has softened this year in response to rising mortgage rates. But again, perspective is key. Getting 3 to 5 offers like sellers did during the pandemic isn't the norm anymore. The graph here uses data from the National Association of Realtors going back to 2018 to help tell you the story of the shift over time. Prior to the pandemic, it was typical for homes sold to see roughly 2.5 offers, shown in blue. As the market heated up during the pandemic, the average number of offers skyrocketed as record low mortgage rates drove up demand, shown in green. But most recently, the number of offers on homes sold today, shown in orange, has started to return to pre-pandemic levels as the market cools from the frenzy. What's the takeaway for you? Well, buyer demand has moderated from the pandemic peak, but it hasn't disappeared. The buyers are still out there, and if you price your house at the current market value, you'll still be able to sell your house today. The bottom line is, if you have questions about selling your house in today's housing market, let's connect. That way, you have the context around what's happening now, so you're up to date on what you can expect when you're ready to move. My name is Albert.stepniak, and I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker in the beautiful downtown West Palm Beach in South Florida. See you next time.